I think most people know what waffles are. However, Brussels waffles are a little bit different from most. While the exact origins and inventor of these waffles is unclear, we do know that they were first introduced in Brussels, Belgium, sometime in the 19th century. However, they didn't arrive in the US until 1962, when Belgian baker Walter Clayman made them at the Century 21 exposition in Seattle, Washington. Supposedly, this was also the first time they were ever topped with strawberries and whipped cream instead of syrup. Hi, I'm Toine and welcome to my kitchen. If you're new to this channel, I focus on cooking foods from my home country, the Netherlands, and some of its former colonies such as Indonesia. One of our favorite places to go as a family was Valkenburg aan de Geul in Limburg, close to the Belgian border, and we had a special tradition. We would take the train to Houten Sint Gerlach, and our first stop would be at the Geulemermolen to eat waffles. They were always warm and served with berries and fresh whipped cream. After that, we would walk to Valkenburg. So today, I decided to recreate this family's favorite Brussels waffles with strawberries and cream. To make the waffles, you will need 275 grams of all-purpose flour, 225 milliliters of water, 7 grams of instant yeast, 225 milliliters of milk, 2 eggs separated, 125 grams of unsalted butter, 1.5 grams of salt, it's about a quarter teaspoon, and 1 gram of superfine sugar. For the whipped cream, you will need 200 milliliters of heavy cream, 25 grams of powdered sugar, and half a teaspoon of vanilla paste. Of course, the waffles won't be complete without some fresh strawberries. We're going to start by heating up the milk and the water. We want it to be 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. We're just going to stir this a little bit to combine. I've got my burner on medium heat. So what are we starting with? See, it's already at 94 degrees, 96. When you're taking the temperature of this mixture in the pan, make sure that your thermometer is not hitting the bottom of the pan, because that would be a false reading. 108, stir it around a little bit, check it again. 112, and that's okay because I have something else to do, so it's going to cool off a little bit. We want the butter to be melted, so I'm going to put that in a little pan and just let that slowly melt over medium-low heat. You don't want to brown the butter at all. And the reason I'm doing this now, even though we don't need it until a little bit later, is I want to give the melted butter just a little bit of time to cool off, because it's going to get added with some eggs into the batter. I love the smell of melting butter. My butter is melted, so I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to get my mixer and start making the batter. I'm going to start by adding the lukewarm milk and water mixture to a mixing bowl. Add the yeast and the sugar, the flour. Just going to scoop in a little bit at a time so I don't make a mess. Add the salt on top of the flour and add the 2 egg yolks. And now we're going to mix it. We want to mix it until we see no more lumps from the flour. And then we're going to add the melted butter. The reason we have this family tradition of going to Houten Sint Gerlach is because when my mom and dad were dating, they would go to vacation to Houten Sint Gerlach, and they would go together with my mom's brother and my mom's best friend, who happened to be dating and later got married. They would ride their bicycle from Helmond all the way to Houten Sint Gerlach. That was probably a good 5-hour bicycle ride, and they spent time at the hotel there and eating these waffles. So that's how that tradition was started. Okay, I think there are no more lumps. So now I'm going to add my melted butter and mix that through as well. You want to make sure you don't see any of that melted butter pooling on the sides of the bowl or on top of the batter. I I love this little hand mixer that has a light on it. It makes it very easy to see things. Okay. I'm going to clean my beaters, and then next thing I'm going to do is whip up the egg whites. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please click the like and subscribe button. It will really help our channel. And if you want YouTube to notify you whenever we post a new video, click the bell. I'm going to add my 2 egg whites to a bowl. Make sure it is immaculately clean. You don't want any kind of grease in there. Also washed my beaters. And we're going to beat this until they're stiff peaks. Okay, this bowl works. I was a little worried that this bowl was too narrow in diameter for me to make this happen, but it's working out, so that's good. Okay. You want to beat these until you have stiff peaks, which you can see, the peak stays. So now, just going to get it off the beaters. And we're going to fold it through the batter. Add half, and rotating the bowl, keep folding it from the bottom, folding over the egg whites. You want to make sure that you don't deflate, but thoroughly mix them through. If there are some streaks, it's probably okay, but you want to get most of the big clumps of the egg whites incorporated into the batter. I love these bowls because they have a no-slip ring at the bottom, but it does make it a little bit more difficult for folding and rotating the bowl. Okay, let me add the rest. Okay, so putting a towel underneath my no-slip bowl makes it a lot easier to rotate it and get this folding action going a little faster. So thanks to my wife for that brilliant idea. I am going to cover this up and put it in a warm and draft-free spot for 45 minutes to an hour to let it rest. It's almost an hour, so I'm going to prepare my whipped cream. In a bowl, we're going to add our heavy cream, our powdered sugar, and our vanilla paste. If you don't have vanilla paste, you can use vanilla extract as well. It's about a 1-to-1 ratio, so half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more of vanilla extract will be the same as the paste. So, okay. Come on, fall. There you go. I've put the beaters in the freezer so they're nice and cold. And we're going to start on slow. And we're going to beat this until it is stiff peaks. Be careful not to over whip your cream or it will turn into butter. And this is stiff peaks. Okay, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator covered, and then I'm going to cut the strawberries. We're going to cut these strawberries into chunks. For these kind of jobs, I really like this small little cutting board. We inherited it from my mother-in-law, and it's perfect for this. We have washed and dried these strawberries because you don't want them to be wet when you add them to your waffle. All right, this is I think going to be the last one. Going to wash my hands and get the waffle iron going. I have my waffle iron on the hottest setting. I've already buttered it. My batter is ready. You can see it's nice and bubbly. And we're going to put 3 scoops in each one of these cavities. Close it up, and we're going to let this bake for 6 minutes. Every waffle iron is different, temperature, size, so you may have to experiment with yours to find the right settings. You want the outside to be nice golden brown and the inside should still be airy and fluffy. So I use a toothpick to take them out of the waffle iron. I'll show you that when they're done, and then I'll cut it open so you can see what the inside is supposed to look like. It's been 6 minutes, let's take a look. Nice and golden brown. Let's take a look at the underside. Oops. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to let these waffles cool off a little bit and then we'll be able to top it and eat them. Beautifully golden brown. So let's cut one open to show you the nice airy inside. As you can see, nice little bubbles on the inside, fluffy, crispy on the outside. Okay, I'm going to take this one that I cut in half off the plate and then put my strawberries and whipped cream on it. I'm going to start with just a little bit of powdered sugar because there's no sugar in the batter, or very little sugar in the batter, I should say. Some strawberries on the waffle, so I'll move that one over. And then a nice dollop of whipped cream on top. Just like that. Beautiful fresh strawberries, a nice waffle. Eet Smakelijk. This was just a bite of the waffle. Very nice, crispy outside, light and airy, fluffy inside. So let's cut a little piece with some strawberry and some whipped cream. The whipped cream is not too sweet, only add a little bit of sugar in there. The strawberries are nice and sweet, and combined with the crispy waffle, just a great combination. Definitely reminds me of our trips to Houten Sint-Gerlach and eating them there. If you want, you can add some strawberry syrup as well to get in the little pockets of the waffle, but to me, just fruit and some whipped cream, absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button and don't forget to share it with your friends. If you have any questions about making waffles or have memories of eating them, maybe you even went to Houten Sint-Gerlach yourself, I would love to read about it in the comments below. I will post a written recipe in both metric and imperial measurements on my website, toineskitchen.com, and you can follow me on social media as well. If you make waffles, I would love it if you can take a picture and post it on Instagram with the hashtag ToinesKitchen. I will share it in my story and on my website. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.